Hello, YouTube. That's right, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. I am not streaming, and I won't have a chat for this video. I don't know how else to put it. I decided to start making some YouTube-only content just to try to increase the quality of my channel a little bit, because I feel like just posting Twitch highlight VODs isn't the best content all the time. There's a chat. Sometimes it's hard to read. You can't really see what's going on. I've decided I'm going to do a Super Auto Pets video every week, hopefully. Either playing the weekly or just trying to do something else. But this video in particular, we're going to be doing how do I play the game personally. This is not only to help people who are newer to the game understand a little bit better, but also to let you guys know what I'm usually not saying whenever I'm playing ranked. We're going into the arena. We're going to do the turtle pack, the original pack that you start with whenever you buy the game. No, the game is free. Yeah, this is just the free one. Yeah, let's go. I'm going to show you what I'm thinking, why I pick what I pick, and we're just going to try to win one. Or get as far as we can, because you can't always win. Let's talk a little bit about how the game works. If you've never played before, the first thing you need to know is that this is an auto battle or auto chess style game. So you pick minions with different abilities and stats, and then they fight for you. In Super Auto Pets, it's very simple. First pet fights first, second pet fights second, third, fourth, and fifth. There are pets to buy of each tier. You can tell their tier by the dot right here on the dice. These are all tier 1 minions. Everyone starts with tier 1. As the game progresses, you go to tier 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As you can see, the abilities and stats of the animals tend to go up as you go up. So like the usefulness of a cricket, summon 1/1/1 cricket, and it has 1 attack and 1 health. You can see, you can't see because of my webcam. One moment. So as you can see, there's a 1/1 cricket, 1/2 cricket that summons a 1/1 cricket. And then you look down here, and it's a deer, which also has low stats, but when it faints, it summons a 5/5 bus, which means it has 5 attack and 5 health, and it has a bus, and it was with Chili. The Chili perk lets you attack second enemy for 5 damage. So you don't need to know all that right off the bat. We're going to explain things as we go. I'm just trying to help you understand, like, tier 1 animals, not as good as tier 4 animals, not as good as tier 6 animals. But sometimes you're looking at some of these tier 1 animals and you're like, they're probably better for the build I'm doing. But I can explain that as we go. This is turn 1. We have 10 gold, we have 5 health, we have 1 turn, this is turn 1, and then we have 0 out of 10 wins. You need 10 wins to win. We're just going to read over some of these animals. I'm going to probably just play these 3. We have the fish. When you level up, you give 2 friends +1 attack and +1 health. How do you level up, you're asking? You see this right here. You can go from level 1 to level 3. To level up an animal, all you have to do is stack another of the same animal on top of it. I won't be able to show you that yet, but soon. So I have summon animals. I didn't buy any food. The only food for this tier, I believe, is the apple, which gives you 1 attack and 1 health permanently, and the honey, which gives you an ability where you summon a 1/1 bee after you die. Next thing you do whenever you start is you pick a name for this particular team, for this particular game. I'm going to be the Bubbly Beavers because I love alliteration. Alright, I think I have it on fast right now. We're going to try to slow it down. Alright, I'm going to pause. We're not going to autoplay. So as you can see, the battle started. And 2 things happened. My mosquito shot something. What did it shoot? It looks like it shot the fish. They killed each other, right? We can go through that again. We can... turn off fast. Rewind. Okay, mosquito shot. It shot the otter. Fish attacked. Ant killed 2. Now, when the ant died, its feint ability, give one random friend +1 attack and +1 health, activated. That only happens during the battle, though. It goes away after the battle. And we won, because we did better. Now, it's turn 2. I could probably buy some of these just for the stats. I like to roll, though, and try to find some of the same animals. Like, here's another ant, which is awesome. I'm not going to stack them yet, because one of the things you want to do is try to keep your board filled out. Keep as many stats on the board as possible. You know, no, I can stack. I can stack this turn. I can stack, and then open up a space for the pig, and I've used up all 10 of my gold. Every animal costs 3 gold. Foods cost 3 gold. There's not really anything else you could do. You can roll for 1 gold, which is nice if you're looking for something specific. And you get back money by selling animals. They all sell for 1, though. So it's kind of like, don't buy animals just to sell them, right? Unless they have abilities like the pig, sell, gain an extra gold. So I'll get 2 gold back for this pig later on, if I sell it. The mosquito, alright, that was lame. The mosquito hit the one thing that it should have hit. Every time a mosquito shoots, it's random, but that one got lucky and shot the animal with 1 health, so the pig is down. They have 2 mosquitoes, so our mosquito shot, and then their mosquito shot again, and our fish took damage. So now they take each other out. They also take each other out. Our ant is a little bit bigger because we stacked, and their ant has not stacked yet. So we were 3-3, and their ant was 2-2. So we lived, their ant died. But now that mosquito's stronger. Luckily, while this mosquito had stacked, we just got the buff from our ant, so we tied. There you go. Alright, we got some more stuff to stack. We have a beaver we can stack. Now, at the beginning of this round, you might have saw we just reached turn 3, which means that we are on tier 2 now, so we can now get tier 2 animals. So while it's tempting to stack this beaver, I think the best move right now is to roll. And find another beaver. So, we didn't do very well on that roll, but I don't like to waste money this early. So I think my plan is to move this ant to the front, move the pig back. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I think I'm early enough. I haven't lost any health yet. I'm willing to take a risk and sell this pig for 2 gold. Now we have 8 gold. I'm going to roll and just look for some things that I enjoy. Kangaroo. I really enjoy that. Otter. So otter. Buy the otter and you give 1 random friend +1 health. Here's my thought. I'm going to buy this. That's okay. It buffed one of our friends. We're going to sell it. I'm going to buy the kangaroo. So, the kangaroo's ability is, when the friend ahead attacks, you gain 1 attack and 1 health. I'll show you that during the fight. We're going to freeze the beaver. This is something I haven't shown you yet. You can freeze something to save it on the board. So you get to keep things that you like if you want to keep looking or you can't afford it yet, which we can't because we only have 2 gold left. The only drawback is you don't get the chance to get other things that you might want. We can, however, roll twice, and we will. I'm not interested in either of these. The swan, start of turn, you gain 1 gold. So you start with 11 gold instead of 10, which is nice. But it's not really what I'm looking for. And then the rat summons a animal for your enemy whenever it dies. Feint, summon 1/1/1. Summon 1/1/1 dirty rat up front for the opponent. We're not really looking for that either, so we're just going to keep our beaver frozen and then end our turn. I'll explain why I'm keeping the beaver frozen when we come back. So as you can see, we lucked out a little bit. This pig has a higher attack, 5-3, but we have 3 attack as well, which means that we kill each other, right? We end each other because our attack outdoes their health. So while it's nice to have higher stats, it's not always, like, you know, gonna be the end-all be-all. Our mosquito attacked the cricket. Our ant buffed the kangaroo, which is pretty nice. So this is actually a particularly good time to have a kangaroo right here. These crickets all only have 1 attack, and while they do summon another cricket that has 1 attack, it's just whittling down our beaver slowly, which means the beaver attacks extra times and buffs our kangaroo more. This was the best outcome for us. 5-6. 6-7. So now you see the kangaroo is just going to wipe out the rest of their team. Nice, right? Okay, so we have 2 triples. That means that we have 2 animals that we can level up to level 2 because we have a beaver and an ant down here. I'm going to show you what happens. You triple, and then you get animals from the next tier that you wouldn't have had anyways. Like, we don't have access to these tier 3 animals because we're only on turn 4. Because we leveled something up, we get access to 2 random ones of the next tier that we haven't unlocked. The mosquito is just a worse version of the dolphin, so we're going to sell our mosquito. Dolphin, start a battle, deal 3 damage to the lowest health enemy. That's a lot better. It snipes things. It's a sniping unit. The ant is a feint unit. The beaver is a sell unit. The kangaroo is kind of a special unit, and then fish is a level up unit. There's not many level up units, and then kangaroos just kind of have a friend ahead attacks, which doesn't happen that often. Honestly, I kind of want to hold off on doubling up on the ant. I kind of want access to a tier 4 minion, so I'm going to freeze that, and we have 2 rolls before we can't buy anything. So we're going to roll, and we're going to roll again. I'm not really interested in much here. I think what I'd like to do is buff my beaver so that my kangaroo gets more buffs in battle. So we're going to use this apple. You give a pet 1/1 permanently. We're going to use it on our beaver. There we go. And we end our turn. Alright. That was wonderful. The dolphin hit exactly what we wanted it to. Since the dolphin hits the lowest health enemy, there were 3 enemies that had 2 health, and it hit the one with the most attack. That was very lucky for us. So what happened just then? The cricket was summoned, because it's a feint ability, right? Whenever the cricket feints, it summons another cricket behind it. These are horses. When a friend is summoned, they give it +2 attack until the end of battle. So, this one gives +2 because it's level 2. And then this one gives +1 because it's level 1. So they got +3 attack, and the cricket went from a 1/1 non-threat to a 4/1 threat. That was pretty lucky. The ant hit the beaver, which is the one unit we want it to hit, so we can keep buffing the kangaroo. So this worked out. So we're going to kill that cricket and survive. Even with the added buff, we're going to live with 1 health. Kangaroo gets buffed again. We're going to deal with the spider. We're up to 5-6. That was lucky for us. So now this only has 5 attack, even with the +3. So the kangaroo's going to live. And then we just outstat him, and we win. There we go. We're up to 3 victories. Remember, we need 10 to win, and we have to lose 5 times to lose. Dog is good for a build like that we just saw. Friend summon, gain +2 attack and +1 health. If you have a bunch of crickets and horses, a dog is a wonderful animal to pick up, but it's not something that we really need. We've hit turn 5, which means we have tier 3 minions that we can get from now. But we were patient, and we're going to level up our ant and get a tier 4 minion. Blowfish is very good. Skunk is also very good. Honestly, fish hasn't really done anything for us, and both of those are an upgrade in stats, so we're going to grab one of them instead. I think we're going to pick up the blowfish, And the main thing I want to do here is I want to start buffing this blowfish. You want something called, what's the best way to explain it? It's called scaling. So as the game moves forward, you need to have better scaling than your opponents. Your stats need to be going up quicker. Right now we don't have any scaling. That does need to change. Camel is honestly a great unit to put in front of a kangaroo. We're freezing that. We're going to think about it. We don't want to lose our highest stats yet. The pill is nice. It's only 1 gold, and we can use it to do something very specific. Something a little sad, too. The giraffe here is a good scaler. It gives 1 unit 1/1 every turn. That's actually... I like having 2 camels already. That's going to make us want to get the camel a lot more. I think we're also going to freeze the giraffe and think about it. Another sleeping pill. Could be worth it. So yeah, we have a lot of options next turn with what we want to do. Alright. This is something you haven't seen yet. It's camel. It has garlic. So, garlic is a food item that you can have on your pet permanently. And garlic allows you to take 2 less damage from every damage. So while we have 4 attack on our ant, when we hit, it'll only be 2. And the camel has an ability where if it's hurt, it gives the nearest friend behind +2 attack and +2 health. So garlic goes on camels. That's just kind of what you do early on. Garlic goes on camel. Another ability that's going to come up very fast is skunk. It reduces the highest health enemy by 33% health. So our blowfish is about to lose 2 health. Our dolphin has shot the mosquito. Now, while the mosquito is dead, it will still use its ability. That's just kind of how the game works. Skunk hits blowfish. So yeah, camel takes 2 damage rather than 4 and buffs the ant. Beaver is just not big enough to take on the ant. Ant kills that. Blowfish hits the skunk. Sadly, it's not going to be enough. They have outdone us, and we take our first loss of the match. Totally fine. It's okay. We're just not scaling as fast as we want to. Alright, everyone. Salute. Say goodbye to the ant. It's about to faint in the shop, which makes its ability permanent. And it's going to hit the blowfish. That's nice. We like that. And now we're going to think about what we want to do scaling-wise. Now, I think the best option right now is to play both of these camels, put the blowfish, and then sell the beaver. That's totally fine. We're going to play the giraffe right there, and then we're going to roll. Freeze the garlic. Remember, we want garlic. We're going to unfreeze the pill because we don't really want to worry about it anymore, and we want more space for better things. I'm pretty okay with this. So now we're going to have camel gets hurt, gives the nearest friend behind +2 attack and +2 health. Blowfish gets buffed. Blowfish does damage to other creatures when it gets hurt. It's random. So it does what the dolphin does, but it does it every time it gets hurt. And we want to buff that a bunch. So this will have more health, it's going to survive longer, and the kangaroo is going to benefit more from the blowfish. That's the reasoning behind what I'm doing. Oh, and then the giraffe gives +1/1 every turn, so kangaroo will also be getting a little buff every turn. That was a great shot by the dolphin. Now, we've only buffed the blowfish a little bit, but it is going to live long enough to get off 2 shots, which is 6 damage, which is nothing to, sneeze at. Sadly, it did hit the camel, which, buffs the fish, which isn't the greatest. Don't hit the camel, it hits the camel, buffs the fish. So now, we lose again, because we just got a little unlucky with the hits there on the blowfish. That's totally okay. Now, I'm just thinking for a second. I'm looking at what we have. We are tier 4 now, which means we have canned food. And we also have pears. We have a couple new minions. If we see any, I'll tell you what they are. Badger does 50% attack damage to adjacent pets whenever it dies, which means it hurts behind as well. Which is actually kind of a fun idea for this build. Actually, that is kind of a fun idea. Let's think about that. We'll try that out. That'll just be a little secret for you and me. I think what I might do here... Now this is nice. This is good. So we're doing some scaling outside of the regular way you would scale. We don't need that apple. Oh, that's perfect. So, this is a level 3 mosquito, which means it hits 3 times. It hit our badger, which is fine. It hit our camel, which buffed our blowfish. And then it hit our blowfish, which means that we got a free shot off. Badger attacks. Does enough damage to the otter to bring it within, like, killing range. And then it also damages behind, but since it has low attack, the camel's only taking 1 damage. So now the camel will buff again. Blowfish is even stronger. We get a 3rd hit off. Blowfish is even stronger. So now Blowfish gets more attacks and snipes things, which is awesome for us. And since it's living longer, it's giving our kangaroo more buffs. It all works out, right? And there we go. There's victory number 4. I like what I'm seeing. Okay, what we're going to do here, this does not have a direct benefit, so we're going to freeze it. We're going to play our canned food. That canned food buffs everything forever in the shop. Our camel now has 4 attack and 6 health, which means whenever we stack it, it's going to increase the top. So now we're 5-7. Excuse me. All right, I think it's time for another garlic. This time we're going to put it on our blowfish. And then we're going to consider freezing the cow. I think we will freeze the cow here. The cow does something really cool. I'll show you next turn. Turtle's cool too, but I think we're going to not use it this time. It gives melon perk to the nearest friend behind. It's strong for later on, but right now I think garlic is just enough. We will need to find some better scaling. The giraffe is fine, but it's not great. So unfortunately, we're going to get some extra hits on our camel. And our camel is a higher level now, which means it's going to buff the blowfish even more. I'm just not sure it's going to be enough, considering how big this camel is. Well, that was a great hit. If this hits the giraffe, we should be okay. No, it's not going to. That's totally fine. So we just get outstatted there. We are going to stack our blowfish, give it a little bit more. Giraffe is genuinely not doing enough at this point. What we need to do is we need to buy the cow, which replaces our shop food with 2 free milk. So we get 2 free items that buff, you know, off of 3 gold. And we get stats on the board. We're going to put it on the camel so the camel lives longer. 1 attack, 2 health. That's permanent. Permanent. We can unfreeze the giraffe because we don't have a giraffe anymore. We can consider the pear. Pear's not bad to keep trying to buff the camel and catch up a little bit. I think I will. And we're going to roll. There's the level 2 blowfish. And then here is the penguin. Giving 2 level 2 or higher friends +1 attack and +1 health. That means that our camel and our blowfish are going to be buffed every turn. And eventually our kangaroo if we can get another kangaroo. So that's going to work out pretty well as long as we can survive long enough. Pretty strong hippo here. It looks like... yeah, we're going to be fine. So the hippo's ability is to gain +2 attack and 2 health every time it kills something. Or knocks out, I guess, in this game. The problem is that it doesn't work if it's knocked out as well. So the hippo is not going to be able to bust through our camel wall fast enough. So both things are knocked out, and now our Blowfish is buffed enough from all the camel hits to take out everything else. I'll show you Tiger. Tiger, the friend of Head, repeats their ability in battle as if they were level 1. So depending on the ability, it can be very strong. So instead of getting 2-2 every time it knocks something out, the Hippo would be getting 4-4, so double. Now our Blowfish is going to wipe everything else out. Whenever the Blowfish levels up to level 2, it'll be doing 6 damage every time it gets hurt, which obviously is very strong for us. And we'll see moving forward. So let's see, we are going to stack our Blowfish. So let's see, we have a Mammoth and we have a Fly. Fly is a summon. Whenever a friend faints, it summons a 4/4 fly in its place. It works 3 times. So Badger dies, we get a Fly. Camel dies, we get a Fly. Blowfish dies, we get a Fly. And then it's over. I think our best bet here is going to be this. We're going to sell the cow. We're going to play the penguin. We're going to freeze the mammoth because we want the mammoth. We're going to freeze the pill. I'm going to show you a neat little trick. There's another penguin. That's awesome. All right, and now we start buffing the Blowfish and the camel better. All right, so this guy has some great stats. Look how big it is. It's probably because the monkey, at the end of the turn, it always gives the rightmost minion +2 attack and +3 health. So if this were rotated and flipped, it would be giving the first position. That's basically the way to look at it. Monkey boosts first position. This giraffe was also boosting first position. And then the penguin, which only works on higher level minions, only hits the dolphin because it's level 3. So this dolphin is just getting everything they got. Once again, it hit the badger, which is, you know, rough. And then it hits the penguin twice, which is fine because the penguin's pretty low. Oh, skunk. So skunk reduces the highest health enemy by 33% health. So our camel just went down in health. That's not good for us. Luckily, we did get a hit off. So it looks like, depending on what happens, we might be able to... No, we're definitely not going to win this. That's okay. That was just some lucky finds by him. Some good scaling. Scaling is important in this game. All right, here's my thought. We're going to sleeping pill this badger because when it faints, it deals damage to the camel. But Brandon, that's a terrible idea. No, it's not. We've done 1 damage, and we've buffed our Blowfish by 4. We have 9 to play with here. Here's what's going to happen. Mammoth. Mushroom. Penguin. Our penguin is closer to being tier or level 2, which means it'll give more. And now we have a mammoth with mushroom. I'll explain this. When the mammoth faints, it gives friends +2 attack and +2 health. And then it comes back again as a 1/1 and does it again. So, unless someone has a big hippo up front, we should be okay with the mammoth and it'll boost everything in stats. That's a big pig. So we do a little bit of boosting. Mammoth hits. We do some more boosting. We are going to die. We boost the Blowfish. And now Bluefish lives and shoots something. If it could shoot that tiger, that would be awesome. Alright. This was perfect. So that pig had a honey on it, which means that now a 1/1B will be hitting our Blowfish and doing another 6 damage. If it hits the gorilla, we're very unhappy. If it hits anything else, we're very happy. Why am I mad that it hit the gorilla? The gorilla now gets its ability, gives it coconut. Coconut ignores damage once, so it's going to murder our Blowfish. Now, our Blowfish will murder the gorilla in turn, but if it had hit anything else, it would not have dealt with the gorilla, and then the gorilla would have done enough damage to probably make us lose. But as of right now, it looks like we're going to win this round. There you go. All right. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to freeze this chocolate because I want to think about it for a minute. I'm also going to freeze this camel, and I'm going to roll once. Why do I do this? I just like to take my time and think. So, nothing here screams out at me, which means that I want to boost my camel, and I want to level up my penguin. Why do I want to level up my penguin? Because now it is tier 2. It is going to be giving everything 2-2 every round instead of 1-1. And we got another chance at something nice. I'm a little worried about stats right now, so I'm tempted to Salad Bowl, but I probably won't. Instead, I'm going to roll for things that we want. Leveling up our kangaroo, something that we want. Another mushroom isn't really helpful. Chili might be helpful. Probably not, though. I feel like playing food on things is good, but it depends. We're going to take the melon because it is late enough in the game for the melon. And we're going to take this chocolate because we can potentially get something to level 3. There's a couple good animals here, but it's a little late in the game. So I'm just going to keep trying to do what I'm doing. Alright. We get 1 boost. Oh, elephant. We didn't see an elephant. After an attack, elephant deals 1 damage to the nearest friend behind. So the elephant is going to be boosting their camel twice now because of our mammoth setup, which will buff the rhino very well. That's unfortunate. So the problem now is elephant's just going to keep boosting their camel, which boosts their rhino, but our camel is now boosting the blowfish, which is very good for us. So right now, the rhino is at 25-31. Now what that means is that whenever we attack, we're going to take 2 less damage thanks to our garlic. And that's unfortunate. I forgot that the rhino would get another buff from the camel before it dies. You know, that's okay. We got to turn 12. I got to explain some things. We could probably go again. I'm going to play a little faster now. Beaver. Sounds good. I don't really like the pig that much. I'm kind of tempted to do this just because it's funny. So we're going to do something I like to call Big Beaver. I'm going to invest a lot into this beaver. That's my game plan. We're going to be the misshaped buttocks because it's funny. Now, this is going to be a tie because that's going to be 2-2. It's going to do 2 damage. That's okay. We'll take a tie. Big beef. So I'm not going to stack yet because, as usual, I want to keep things on the board if I can. Another reason you don't want to stack at this point is I'm going to get a level 2 otter. And while it's nice to get the +1 health on 2 things, what's better is waiting until next turn and then getting a tier 3 minion instead of a tier 2 minion. Because a tier 3 minion this early could be good if you get something that starts boosting your stats early. That's a lot of mosquito. Luckily it didn't like murder anything. That's okay. 3-1, 3-2, so that take each other out. Those take each other out, and then our otter's bigger. So we got a lot luckier with our stats and took a victory there. We're gonna stack our otters. I don't really like either of these. I'm gonna honey badger. Honey badger is kind of annoying. So the badger will do damage whenever it ends its life, and then the honey bee will come out, and hopefully it'll be enough to win some rounds. I'm tempted to swan here, but I think a more fun option would be to put the meat bone on the otter and put it up front. Meat bone gives 3 extra attacks, so right now this otter is 6-6, which is very strong for turn 3. So now the otter takes out 3 units. It would have done that anyways, but, you know, it's pretty cool. They also have a big beaver. That's actually not like a coin phrase or something that anyone does. It's just a joke between a few of my friends and I. So if you tell someone you're doing the big beef build, don't, tell them, because it's not a real thing. I'm not really interested in stacking a fish right now. I'm not really interested in much here. You know what I'll do? I'll get my stats a little higher. I'll take an ant up front, and I'm going to put honey on nothing. Yeah, I am. We'll put it on the beaver, just for fun. Because, you know, 1-1 on top of something else is better than none, right? So sadly, the ant is going to wipe out our ant. We do get the buff. Now, our otter is a little more susceptible. This is a pretty big summon build for this early in the game. Luckily, it's only a level 1 horse, so it's only giving 1 damage. Our bee takes out the cricket. And then honey badger does its job. And we shouldn't have won that, but we did because of honey badger. Just a disgusting, disgusting thing to do. You can also do it with hedgehog, but it's not as nice. How about we try out... Let's see what this hits. Big beaver. We could probably do peacock. Maybe not. We could do... Let's put garlic on our biggest unit. And then we're going to play another fish for stats. Take an otter for more stats. And then we're going to leave the kangaroo alone this turn. We're pretty weak right now because I'm kind of like being a little loosey-goosey, willy-nilly with it. That's totally okay. So sadly, our beaver is going to be a little too weak to take out this camel. This is just going to be a loss for us. The stats don't line up. It has garlic on it, so these 2 fish won't be able to do anything. It's going to be too big for the honey badger to take out. They just, they have a great build. That's how it goes sometimes. That's okay. We're going to stack our otter. Take some health. That's okay. Stack our fish so we have a little bit more stats. Can play the dolphin here just to be a little jerk. And next turn, we get a tier 5 out of it, so we're actually going to hold off on combining. Instead, we're just going to roll and look for stuff we like. Like, another dolphin's good, and some more garlic's good. Alright, so our highest attack is not going to be... No, yeah, it is. It'll be enough. I forgot we boosted the otter a little bit, so it did 7, which was enough to take out the camel with only 5, and then the garlic. It looks like we win this one just because of the honey badger. People always get mad at the honey badger. I think it's funny. Funny badger. I think we are going to canned food here. I'm going to stack the beaver. Monkey's great. Alright, we're going to drop the fish, and we're going to play the monkey rather than the crocodile. Crocodile is like a stronger dolphin, but it always deals damage to the far enemy. We're going to do monkey. Monkey gives 2/3 to your rightmost minion, which is whatever you want it to be. So, it's very strong and very direct, like, stat increase. Giraffe is also pretty direct stat increase, but it's not as strong. I might actually consider dropping the dolphin to be boosting the otter as well. We'll see. I'm going to freeze it and think about it. If I start boosting the otter as well, I am going to garlic it, though. So I kept the garlic. Luckily, we have garlic on our beaver. Alright, so the whale just killed the hedgehog, which dealt 2 damage to everybody. That's the hedgehog's ability. When it faints, it deals 2 damage to all pets. The whale swallowed another hedgehog, and then whenever it comes out, it's going to have another hedgehog. So we're actually about to lose quite a few minions. This is what I like to call an Exodia build, which, if you haven't seen Yu-Gi-Oh!, doesn't make sense. Very strong Exodia build. That's a very buff whale. Let's see here. I think we are going to move forward with the giraffe idea. So we can unfreeze this. And then we're just looking for maybe some more canned food so we can have a higher level or a higher statted monkey or giraffe later on. Or if we ever pivot, we can, like, pivot to something nice. That's a big hippo. Luckily, I think we're going to be just fine here. Yeah. So big beaver was enough, and then we've started boosting our otter, and we gave it garlic instead of meat. So it's doing less damage, but it's surviving a lot longer. Let's see here. Might be time to give up on badger. I think we'll do another canned food. And then we're going to grab the skunk. So hopefully whatever's up front or whatever their highest health is will do a little worse. We're going to throw... let's just use a sushi. That's pretty good. 3 gold for 3/3. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So that was pretty good. So yeah, I'm talking everything out and playing pretty slow, but this is how I think every time I'm playing. I just don't vocalize it. That's a big swan. That's sadly going to be a loss for us. They got some pretty good stats going. Rabbit is good in this pack because of the sushi and the lettuce, or salad bowl, which gives 2 random pets 1/1. I think we will stack the otter here. Take some more extra health. See, the sad thing is I'm tempted to take hippo. It's not too late. That's not a sad thing. I'm just going to do it. Now, once we find garlic for the hippo, it will be going up front. That's big, actually. That's... okay, we'll take it. Alright. We need garlic for the hippo. We need it to go up front. As of right now, the beaver is by far the strongest thing we have. It will be able to knock out both of these. That's guaranteed 2 for the kangaroo. Luckily, the hippo boosts whenever it takes stuff out, so it was enough to take out the kangaroo. As we know, the kangaroo does +1/+1 every time something attacks ahead of it. Yeah, that worked out pretty well for us. Alright, we are going to expedite moving the hippo forward. We're actually going to expedite quite a bit. This, no. We're going to unfreeze the giraffe. We're going to grab the tiger. So now, whenever the hippo takes something out, it's going to be doing +4/4, which is awesome. We're going to take that pear because we kind of want to just boost the crap out of the hippo if we can. We might even put this chocolate on the hippo. I don't know yet. With the level 2 monkey, we just got 4/6 off of one thing. This is a summon build, which is perfect for a hippo. We might be a little too small to deal with it, though. We'll see. So that's +4/4. We net higher... oh, no, we don't. The turkey is very strong for a summon build. Let me wait for that smoke to leave. So it boosts things whenever they're summoned. Right now it's level 2, which means it's like its ability is doubled, so it's doing 6/4. But typically it's just 3/2. We got the dog, which whenever a friend is summoned, it gets boosted, which is great. We got the boar, which just gets more stats whenever it attacks. Right, so now we're going to get a 4/4 camel and a 1/1 bee, but they're going to be much bigger. Camel boosts the boar. Boar gets boosted. Dog is pretty big and just wipes us out. So that was a very, very, like, prototypical strong summon build. We are going to have to boost this if we're going to survive. We're going to roll here and fingers crossed for like a chocolate or a hippo. We got neither. We did get a tiger. I think I'm going to freeze the tiger. No, I'm not. I'm going to play it. No. Yes. Yes, I am. Because it's better to go ahead and have it on the board so we have 10 gold next turn. I was going to just use some sushi or something, but there's not really a good point. Oh, this is perfect for us. This is a much weaker build. We are going to lose our tiger, which is unfortunate. But Hippo's pretty strong. We might be able to get through most of this. Let's see, yeah, we got a 6, and then we got an 8-3. So now Beaver attacks the sheep, summons 2 sheep. They're strong, but they're not strong enough to wipe us out. And then the horse is wiped out. And there we go. So if you were watching the numbers, you pretty much knew that was going to be a victory, depending on what happened with the hippo. Not everyone can see it that well, though, so it can be difficult. Alright, fingers crossed we need a garlic. Or we need, like, a... Steak's fine. I think steak, it does 20 damage once. So if we put it on the tiger, then even though the tiger has low stats, it'll be able to just wipe through something big, just in case. The problem is our hippo doesn't have any good, like, defense. That's very unfortunate. We have a turkey, we have a deer, which summons buses. Buses, very strong. Stronger whenever they have a turkey to play, so we're just going to lose this. Alright, and that's okay. It's okay to lose. We did just fine. I'm a little rusty on this pack. I just wanted to, like, you know, talk through thoughts and how to play the game and how to think about the game. You're thinking about builds, and then you're thinking about stats. So you need high stats so that you can survive long enough to find a good build. So it's early game, stats. Mid game, you start figuring out a build. And then end game, you start trying to scale as much as possible or have a strong build and maintain that build and make it stronger. You know, like a summon build or just straight scaling from like monkeys and penguins and giraffes, which all give you stats at the end of the turn, even though they're a little weak. There's like payoffs for everything. Well, I hope that was helpful, and if it wasn't helpful, please make fun of me. I need it. I need just comment stuff. Subscribe if you want to watch more Super Auto Pets. I mostly just play the weekly, but I'm gonna do more things as I don't know, figure out what else is fun on Super Auto Pets. But I'll be back soon, hopefully.